Hey, good morning, good day, everyone. Thanks for taking some of your time out of your Tuesday this morning and hearing some of the top income plays with Delaware Life in the marketplace today. Before we start, and I pass it on over to Jay, I do have a few slides that I want to present to you guys today so you can learn a little bit more about us over here at IAMS. If you have any questions throughout the webinar, don't hesitate to type those into the questions box. And the first thing I just want to go over real quick is that we truly do deliver the best in-class customer service for our agents. And one way that we do this is that you're always going to reach a live person whenever you call into our live number, 800-255-5055. We're going to answer that phone call with 2 rings or less, and you're going to get connected with a live IAMS employee. Going on, what you see here is our new Producer Builders program. For those of you who are new to us over here at IAMS, these bonuses are available based on your production level in the first 180 days of contracting with us. We do have great levels that you can qualify at, and as you can see inside each level, there are some great options. We've got incredible business building tools, personal perks for you, and even cash rewards available. If you would like to know where you stand towards your new producer builder or would like to have a conversation how to achieve the next level, just give us a call and you can talk with your sales director. For every $100,000 that you submit within your first 180 days, you will have $1,000 in your, or $750 in your marketing reimbursement. And then your $250,000 level, you go $2,000 in your marketing reimbursement and just up from there. It's a great way to reinvest back into your practice and get in front of new clients. Another business builders program that we provide for all of our agents is our referred producer program. I see a couple advisors on with us today that have already taken advantage of this program, and our business on the wholesale side of the industry is similar to yours in the field in that one of the best leads that we could ever obtain is a referral from one of our valued producers. This is why we want to make it worth your while to refer a producer to us. And with that being said, if you do refer a producer to us and they get contracted, we will cut you a $50 thank you check. And where the real money comes in is as your referral rights business. You're going to receive an override on that business. Our ownership team, Charles, Steve, Curtis, and Chris, they do sign checks for thousands of dollars every quarter. And with that being said, if you can think of anyone that could benefit from doing business with our team, don't hesitate to type their information in that questions box. Below that, you're going to see our marketing reimbursement program, which is our most popular program that we offer. For every $100K in FIA premium, you're going to get $100 in your marketing reimbursement account. Why this is so popular for our advisors is that we truly do consider this to be your money. You're going to have the flexibility on what services and what vendors you use these with. We're not going to tell you what vendors that you have to use, but we do have some of our in-house lead programs here that we're going to introduce to you to let you know how our current advisors in these programs, how it's working for them. If you'd like to know how much is in your marketing reimbursement, don't hesitate to give me a call. I'd be more than happy to get that information on over to you. Our back office support team is another way that we add value to your business. This is the core of IAMS and how we were founded in 1986. We do want to help the independent advisor work smarter and not harder. We're going to do that with our business building tools and resources. Of course, advanced case design assistance, life and annuity quotes is an area that we assist with. We're going to get you those illustrations that you request within 24 hours. And usually much quicker. Within the hour is what we aim for. Submission to commission support is handled by our new business teams. Mackenzie is on the annuity side. Michelle is on the life side. They both have fantastic teams who work tirelessly every single day so that you get commission quicker. And we are going to scrub the applications, submit them on your behalf, do the administrative tracking, as well as get you updates on those cases as needed. We do this so that you do get commissioned as quickly as possible. And this is a service that we provide to all of our valued producers and how we help you grow your business by keeping you in front of clients while our team handles that back office support for you. Our IAMS website, also known as our IAMS portal. It's a great tool for all of our producers to use, and another reason to work with us over here at IAMS. Once you are contracted and registered with IAMS, you're going to have full access to everything that you see on this slide and so much more at IAMSinc.com. We give you an annuity rate watch as well, so you can see all of the up-to-date products and carriers. And as you see, if you go on there and type in any income product, you're more than likely going to see Delaware Life right up there at the top. And yeah, no, it's very simple to do so to get on our IAMS portal. So when we're done with this call, you can go ahead and create an account. We'd love to see you on there. We got hundreds of sales resources for you to leverage, including prospecting email templates, current templates for your current clients. So just taking a lot of that work, making your own slides and everything under that nature just makes your life a lot simpler. Technology is where the industry is going, and Luma is our newest partnership here at IAMS to streamline your application process. Most of our carriers are now on the Luma Firelight eApp platform, so you can go to one site to submit all of your business. Some carriers are even going to eApp only for some of their product lines, and will also offer extra comp just for utilizing the eApp platform. So make sure you ask your sales director. You can give me a call or your sales director before you submit a paper app, and if you can do more so by doing eApp. We do have a full in-house creative team that we can help you help your practice, and a lot of the items are turnkey and available for you. Many of our sales resources are white labeled, so you can simply impose your contact information and your business logos onto it. And then talking about logos, Agency Solutions is an expertise for our team. So if you haven't created a full customized brand for you and your agency, we can certainly help out with that. This is going to assist you with name recognition, which grows your natural market organically. And then lastly on this page, you're going to see digital marketing solutions, which is another very popular topic around here at IAMS. We can help you with websites, social media marketing, email marketing, and a lot more. The internet and social media sites are where the overwhelming majority of prospects do go to for information. So just making sure that you're accessible and represented in those marketing lanes is very beneficial to growing your business. You can certainly reach out to me, any of our other sales directors here at IAMS when this webinar concludes, and talk to them about how you can access our IAMS Creative so we can get that ball rolling for you. We also offer a complimentary marketing analysis for all of our agents looking to explore new sales ideas and programs. This is where we can sit down with you with the sales director, and we can even bring in our CMO, our Chief Marketing Officer, into the call, and we can learn about who you want to target, who you want to get in front of, and how you specifically want to target these certain individuals. And we'll put together a full customized report for you on what we think makes sense for your practice, and we'll sit down with you again, introduce the full customized marketing plan for your agency or just your practice, and see if it doesn't make sense for you. And then, of course, your budget is allocated into that. We have over 35 different marketing programs that we partner with, so we can create some very streamlined, customized marketing programs. So just reach out to myself, any of the other sales directors, get a time set up on our calendar, and we can certainly put together that customized marketing program for you. We founded our IAMS Wealth Management several years ago now, and what we've done is grow this division of IAMS very organically. We have helped advisors become IARs and pass the Series 65 very successfully. And so once we have you registered, we're going to bring great value to your practice with our incredibly competitive fee structure for both you and your clientele. We have great technology and a great investment platform. This has been a major growth sector for all of our business and assets under management. It could be a very major growth sector for your business as well. So don't hesitate to reach out. Oh, I passed our Life and Annuity Academy. Just 1 second. Let me see if I can't get this pulled back up. Okay, so I guess I forgot to add a slide. Our Life and Annuity Academy, our next one is scheduled for October 8th through the 10th. This is where we bring in top producers in the industry. They go over their sales skills, as well as different marketing programs come in as well. So it's a great way to learn new marketing programs and how to incorporate them into your practice. And now that I'm talking about this, I am going to bring up our first slide, and that's if you would like to have information on our IAMS Life and Annuity Academy. If so, if you answer yes to this, I can certainly send you out more information. You can always give me a call and we can talk about how you get registered for our next Life and Annuity Academy. Everything's paid for, from flights, hotel, travel, food, everything under that nature. So it's a great way to invest back into your practice. And yeah, come out, meet our team, meet everyone. You can meet myself. Just a great way to learn new marketing programs and how to implement them into your practice effectively. So thanks for everyone for contributing to that first poll of today. We will have 2 other polls at the end of this webinar, and I'll get us going with just a few more slides before I pass it on over to Jay. So our next trip is going to be, it's called Beachy Keen right here. It's with a theme. It's going to be held March 22nd through the 25th in 2026. If you would like more information on how to qualify, don't hesitate to reach out. I'd be more than happy to give you that information. Another trip that we have is with SILAC. It's going to be held. It's going to be held next year in 2026, May 1st. Is through the 4/30 is the qualifying period. If you would like more information on our Peak Producer Summit, don't hesitate to reach out to myself as well. And there's that slide. I actually put it in after, but yeah, no, we already got done with the Life and Annuity Academy. And then lastly, don't forget to follow us on Facebook or LinkedIn. You can see those links right there. And with that being said, I'm going to pass the slideshow back on over to Jay. There you go, Jay. You should have access.
Thanks, Jake. Let me see here. So bear with me 1 second. There we go. So to change one of the tabs. Perfect. Well, Jake, thank you for that introduction, and that's all great stuff you guys are doing over there. I really appreciate it. I'm going to just keep it in this format so I can kind of jump back around, and thank you for everyone who's made the time to join today. We're going to be covering one of the most competitive income products in the market currently with TruePath. So I'll dive right into it. You know, as an organization, we have these pieces via marketing as well, so you can have access to it if you're talking to a client or you're just getting yourself acquainted with Delaware Life. You know, at the end of the day, we are the old Sun Life, the U.S. We are not a private equity purchase, but we are a privately owned organization. We took over the Sun Life U.S. book of business, and Sun Life's still available and exists up in Canada, of course, in 2013, and we've kind of run it from there. We've kept a simple and straightforward product design, which has made things easier for advisors to show to clients, and you know, really focused on our renewal story as well. Currently across the board, we're A-, so we are an A-rated carrier across all rating agencies at this time, which is great news. And you know, we've invested about $30 million into our own operation and support platforms, which has made all the difference. So there's no third-party administration anymore. If you call Delaware Life, you speak to a Delaware Life employee. We know that's important to IAMS, and you know, with all the technology and AI and everything that's out there, that's wonderful and all. But at the end of the day, the clients and advisors, sometimes they want to talk to a human being, and we have plenty of them to work with. So that's great news there. Anything that's processed is processed by a Delaware Life employee and is on a Delaware Life server, Delaware Life system, and a Delaware Life building. So makes fixing problems and addressing any kind of issues very, very easy and very fluid to do. What we're going to talk today is the TruePath, the product line, but you know, you also through your partners at IAMS have access to our MIGA, 5, 7, 10-year accumulation products, 10% bonus products, 15% bonus products. So there's quite a suite that you can tap into with Delaware Life. But let's get into TruePath. So TruePath is really 2 products almost in one. It is a short-term income product and a long-term income product. So the first decision you're going to have to make, and you're going to have to pick at application, is do you want the ready strategy or do you want the build strategy? The ready strategy gives you a 25% bonus on any money that comes in the first year, and then does a 6.75% compounding roll up from there. So that really kind of satisfies your income early side of things. If you have someone who wants to do income later on, call it 8, 9, 10, 11 years, the build strategy is the option you'd pick there because that's the most competitive. And there's no bonus on that one at all, but it's 9.75% compounding each year until they turn on income. So you get two choices up front. The second choice you have to make is, do you want level income, which 99% of income needs will suffice there and go there, or do you want rising, which is kind of hedges a little bit more towards inflation? Your rising income strategy is someone more, call it turning on income early 60s, and is going to be running income for 20, 25 years based off of their life expectancy. So those are kind of your standard options. So you need to pick ready or build, and then level or rising. And then the other thing you need to pick, which is what I call the big three, is you need to tell us if it's joint or if it's single life at application. That is not something that can be elected. It allows us to hedge the product later on or adjust it. So if someone selects joint life and their spouse were to pass, or their spouse were to leave for a divorce, that cannot be changed later on. So that needs to be determined day one. So this is what I call RC Green. This is how competitive the product is. 100% means you're in the number one income product. And you can see 60, out 3, 4, 5, 6 years, it's the top product. 62, 64, etc. So just wanted to give you a preview. When I say this is one of the best income products out there, this is what the numbers line up to. So years 1 through 7 are the ready strategy, that one with the 25% bonus. If you look at columns 8, 9, 10, 11, that is the build strategy, and you can see how competitive it is even in the long-term bonus section, long-term income section here, where you have 105% coverage at 10, 11 years. So not only is it number one, but it's number one by quite a bit. So highly competitive there. Ready strategy, pretty straightforward. Put $100,000 in, gets a 25% bonus or 25 on the benefit base. That's not an account value bonus. That is solely on the benefit base. And then 6.75 from there. Your build strategy, once again, 9.75. There is a step up potential if the accumulation far exceeds the actual rate of return to 9.75, and we would step it up and then grow on top of it there. Likelihood of that happening is primarily years 1, 2, or 3. And
And
then
with that
level in.
being said, we did get a question on how many years
Yeah,
the
please.
ready build strategy will roll up, which is 10 years. I've chosen that slide right there.
Yep.
But yeah, no, to answer your question, it's 10 years.
Great. Yeah. Jake, any questions come in, let me know. On ready or build, it's the roll up goes for 10 years the most. Okay. So level income is pretty straightforward. Rising income is tied to accumulation. So this one's pretty interesting. We call it rising. I think it's more kind of a performance based, but let's say your income was $7,746 a year. And you're in the S&P cap. The S&P cap is 6%, and let's say the S&P was up 2% in year one. So your account value would go up by 2%. Well, your income amount goes up by 2% as well. So, 1 year your income amount $7,746. The next year it's 7,901. Then the next year, let's say the S&P was up 5%. Now your income is 8,296, and of course your account value goes up by 5%. So the rising income is a different set of payout factors that are lower than the level, of course. But, with some pretty standard and steady accumulation returns, should surpass those dollar amounts in about 6, 7, 8 years. So really something to keep in mind for someone who's younger. It helps, kind of hedge against inflation, and also, you'll still have access to all the performance options that we have in our on the accumulation side that we have on our accumulation products. The rates are a little bit different. They're a little lower, not too much, but if you were in the S&P intraday and that thing returned 20% in one year, your income would go up by 20%. So that's a pretty good story there. Here are the differentials. So 55, you can see it's 1.8% lower for the rising income factors than the single life on the level. The last thing is, not only is this product a phenomenal income play across the board, we also are the only rated carrier out there with this version of a chronic illness income multiplier, or a doubler. So one, whether it's single or joint life, it's doubled. So we don't decrease it to 150% for joint life or anything like that. So it's all set at 200%. Number two, it's not driven by confinement or anything like that. So all they have to do is trigger 2 of the 6 ADLs on it, and whether they're home or they're in a nursing home or an area, a professional area, they can use it. So they can get at-home coverage, which is really nice. There is no age on it, so we can turn on income after year 1. So this can be turned on right away. And here's the big difference: is we will hold the doubled value for up to 5 years, even if the account value goes to 0. So I'm going to give you a number example. Let's say the client's getting $20,000 a year. They've been taking income for a long time. They've triggered 2 of the 6 ADLs, and let's say there's $5,000 in the account. Well, it could be $1 in the account, doesn't matter, but let's just say there's 5. They trigger the doubler, they go from 20 to 40. In the first year, they've wiped out their account value. So now their account value is 0. Every other carrier, their income is going to go back down to that $20,000 number. So they'll get the 40 for the first year, and then they go 20 from there. With Delaware Life, you'll get 40 the first year, 40 the second year, 40 the third, 40 the fourth, and 40 the fifth year, and then it would go to 20. So as long as there's an account value when they trigger the doubler, we will pay that double or 200% for up to 5 years, no matter whether the account value has a dollar in it or is at 0. That is a huge difference. So instead of 40 going back to 20, after year 1 in our hypothetical example, we will pay 40 for 5 years, or in this math, $100,000 in income. That is a big difference, and that is where a lot of people are looking at this and using it supplemental as some preparation for long-term care. This is built into the contract. There is no basis point charge for it. There is no additional no additional charge. It is available in every state. The product itself is not available in Puerto Rico, New York, or Guam. This income doubler is available in every state except California at this time, but we are working hard to get it added to our California contracts. So that is pretty much the summary of the product. It is available from ages 45 to 85, so not just to 80, but to 85. And you do not need approval until you get over 2 million. If you get over 2 million, reach out to Jake. Jake will reach out to me. I will talk to product, and we are hungry for business. So those have all moved through. The other thing that's very interesting with this product is I mentioned that you can't turn on income till after year 1, but you have a free amount in year 1 of 10%. So for example, you started a contract with $500,000, the client would have access to $50,000 day 1. We can illustrate all this too. So for those clients that might need some money in year 1, the free amount can supplement their needs. And we can also illustrate the impact to that income. So what I mean is, if the client were to put in $500,000, and let's say they took out $50,000 in month 3 because they needed $50 or so thousand for that first year, we can illustrate what that's going to look like after year 1 when they turn on income. So even though it's a little bit more work, some people will say, oh, it's not really an income immediate or income right away. You can still use it in that capacity. It's a little bit more work, but we can illustrate to the penny exactly what a withdrawal would do in year one to impact the income amount. And you'll find even with that money coming out in year one, this product and the income is still better than 90%, 99% of the income immediate products that are available right now. So something to consider. So we can illustrate that. IAMS and Jake and his team can illustrate that for you. So don't need
Hmm.
approval or under 2 million. You can use this easily for income immediate, obviously for income early and income later, and it goes to 85. Um, Jake, did you have any
And on
questions
that
come through?
doubler, yeah, we got a couple questions here.
Awesome. Fire away, man. Let's go.
Yeah, so on on that doubler again, they wanted to reiterate how the account can be paid out. So like if there's just $1 in the account, like
hmm
just making sure that that's correct. And then also on the S&P cap, they asked if the S&P can go up, if it goes up 20%, the cash value or income rider increases 20%, which there is a cap on that. I'm not sure if you wanted to, yeah, just expand on both of those questions.
Sure. So the first one on the doubler, great question. I'll kind of say it another way. If there is $1 in the account, you can turn on the doubler. If there is no money in the account and the doubler has not been turned on, it is gone. You cannot turn it on. So you can turn it on if there's $100,000 in there, 200,000, whatever. It has to be activated when there is an actual account value. If the account value has gone to zero, and these are usually wouldn't happen till call it 20, 23 years into taking income in most circumstances, of course. So that doesn't, so then the doubler is gone. So if there's no account value, the doubler is off the contract. So just want to be clear there. But as long as there is $1 or higher, you could you can turn it on, and it will double for up to 5 years. Um, in regards to, I'll show you our rate sheet here. The question on what sounded more like rising income. So yeah, so the S&P right now, $100,000 is a 5.5 cap. You got all these participation rates. You got S&P intraday is here, and you got a fixed bucket. So let's say I'm going to use the S&P intraday. Let's say the S&P intraday returned 20% in that year. Okay, so you get 50% participation, so your account value would go up by 10%. Your account value goes up by 10%. Your income base amount would also go up by 10% if you're using the rising income strategy there. If you're using level income, nothing changes. But if you pick the rising income, because your accumulation value went up 10% in that year, your income amount went up 10%. So if your income amount was $20,000, then next year your income amount would be 22, is how it would work. Any other questions, Jake? Or should I add any
Um,
other clarity?
Yeah, no, no, that was perfect. Yeah, you answered down those answer or questions down to a T. There was one more question, and that's once the income rider is activated, does the cash accumulation go to zero after 10 to 12 years?
No, not usually. I mean, so if you look at the payout factors on these products, so let's say, just keep it simple. Level income turned it on at 70 years old, they're getting 6.69%. So 6.69% of the income base, whatever that dollar amount is going to be, let's say they put in $500,000, their income amount is going to be closer to $800,000. So really, when you start doing the math, it's about 8-9% that comes out a year. So 8-9% of the account value will come out each year, but that account value will actively be invested as well. So if you're aggressive with it, the impact could be more like 6 or 7%. So at 6 or 7% coming out each year, it's really going to take you 18, 19, 20, it could be longer, especially if you get some good returns, to really draw that account value down to zero. So then you're looking at that math, 70 plus 18, 19 years, you're looking closer to 88, 89, 90 past the person's life expectancy for them to draw it down to $0. So that's usually how it works. It on average we see it takes 20 to 25 years to draw it down to zero. And that's in a low return environment. If they're actively managing this and aggressively using some of the proprietary and the vol control strategies, which you're in an income product, you might as well swing for the fences. That account value can last much, much longer. So 10 years would be short. Now that also too is with the assumption that they're drawing out the full income amount. They're taking that, call it $40,000 a year. They don't have to do that with our products. You can turn it on and off, like where you could take a proportion of it. We just set a number, like you can get 40 grand a year. Okay, great. You can take 20 of it if you wanted to. You don't need the full 40. You could take 10 of it. You could take the full 40 for 5 years and then year six go, we're good. We actually don't need it, and take zero. You'll have 40 the next year, of course, but that's just how it works. We're pretty flexible on how it all, you can customize it. The advisor, the client can adjust it, whatever you guys like. We're not forcing you to take that dollar amount out. Great question. And thank you for the questions. Anything else?
Last one right here is the income rider fee. I'm sure you cover it, but it is 1.2.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I apologize. And it's not something I try and skip. It's just kind of fallen off the slides. Let's see here. It's usually in one of these ones here. But yeah, Jake is spot on. The income rider charge is 1.2%, and that's charged off the benefit base, and it's charged each year. Correct. Comp for the product, like all our other 10 years, is 7% upfront. We do have some other commission and trail options if you like. In regards to that too, with Delaware Life, we do offer, I'm just pulling it up here, what we call our tiered compensation program. And what I mean by that is this applies to all sales. Is once you get through our tiers here, if let's say you sell $3 to $6 million in FIA at Delaware Life, not TruePath in general, but it could be all TruePath, but we have our 10-year accumulation, our bonus products, whatever you'd like there, and also our 5 and 7-year accumulation move these tiers, then we pay additional comp. So, $3 to $6 million on any 5 and 7-year sale, you get extra 25. On any 10-year, you get extra 50 basis points. What people, always ask me, Jay, is, I want to be a millionaire. I'm like, cool, me too. So how you do that with Delaware Life is very simple. You sell $12 million worth of product, 10-year product. And what that does, in this tier here, it pays an extra additional 1.5. So that would be 8.5% total comp. So point times 0.085 on $12 million is $1 million in commissions. So if you could sell $1 million a month, which is not easy, I'm not trying to downplay that. But if you could sell $1 million a month of Delaware Life business, we'll make you a millionaire. It's just funny how it all works out that way. You'll get $1 million in commission this year. The other thing that I really like with this program is, we obviously retroactively pay as you go through the years. So go through the tiers here. So if you hit 6 to 10 million, on everything you sold will make up the 50 basis points difference, all that, et cetera. But we also grandfather you in for the next year. So, if in 2026 you were in tier 3 with us when you closed out 2025, well, you will start 2026 out of the gates in tier 3. So we'll be paying you that 8.5% commissions. So really rich, loyalty reward program that we run here. Compensates very well, adds to your overall commission structure as well. So just want to kind of close with that. So great product suite across the board, very fair commissions with incentivication for continually using our products. And lastly, we pride ourselves on our renewals. So 87% of all our contracts have held or been within 90% of the original rate. So uh, just one of the better times to ever sell Delaware Life. Best. I've been here since $1, and I can tell you, yeah, it is. It is. It's the best suite we've ever had, best rates, best renewal structure, and best compensation program. So I'll close with that, Jake. If there's anything else you want to add or wanted me to go over, please let me know.
Yeah, no, right now I'll launch our last poll of today, and this is, would you like more information or to get contracted with the carrier Delaware Life? So you should be seeing that on your screens. I would add, I am running a lot of income quotes recently, and yeah, just about in every scenario, especially if you're deferring a year or over. Delaware Life is right there at the top. And then I know today, over today's overview, we focused on the True Path. I did want to bring a little story up as yesterday I put in a 5-year accumulation product with 3 different carriers, one being the Momentum Growth with Delaware Life. It beat the other two, and they're both A-rated carriers, and they stride for their 5-year FIAs as well as 10-year. But Delaware Life, it came out. I put in 90 grand for a 5-year. Came out with 60, accumulated $63,000. So that was nearly over 20,000 more than the other two carriers. So I would like to say, if any of you guys are looking at any accumulation products as well, or any plays, don't hesitate to give me a call. Especially, I'll bring up the True Path on every call with income. But yeah, no, they can fit in just as well on the accumulation side as well. And thank you again, everyone, for participating in that poll out in that now. And then last question was, this FIA has potential higher cash value accumulation plus higher income payout rates versus all the competition? And I'll answer this just short answer, and that is yes. So yeah, don't hesitate to give myself a call, and I'd be more than happy to give you some illustrations and work out with whatever you're currently working on. And then, yeah, no, with that being said, thanks again, everyone, for joining on our Tuesday webinar. Is there anything additional you'd like to add, Jay?
No, I just appreciate your time. Jake knows our products inside and out. We have a whole team, myself and a couple internals here to support him. So please reach out, and please consider us as an option because, like I mentioned before, we are really in the game across the board. I know we focused on income today, but Jake hit the nail on the head. We have great accumulation options, great bonus options. So it's a nice balanced suite to work with for sure. Thank you for your time, everyone.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.